Hello everyone, good morning. Today is Sunday, January 18th, and in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at one of my many hobbies, and that is collecting these limited edition Disney dolls. We're going to kick things off here with Rapunzel, who just recently released a few weeks ago. She's still available on Shop Disney, so if I can figure out how to link her, I'll go ahead and I'll put her down there in the description. But we're going to go over this doll. I know there's a lot of reviews already for her out there, even those where people take her out of the box. I'm an in-box collector, so all of mine stay in their boxes, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look at her and definitely check her out if you guys are interested in her. She's still available up to this day, I think, on Shop Disney, so on Disney Store, I mean. So go pick her up if this is the video to tell you that you absolutely need her, since we didn't get Gothel, so I say go ahead and pick her up anyways. But let's go ahead and take a look. So outside, right away with the box, we have these flowers really painted on, which is true in nature. Sorry, it's focusing on her face, rightly so, right? But we have these flowers and these gold embellishments all over the place. This is like her window scene, right? That she looks out the window and she starts singing "When Will My Life Begin." We have the Disney logo, we have the 6+ logo, and then we have Rapunzel, one of 5,400. I do think that's partially why she's still there. I personally like the bigger runs because then it gives us a better chance at getting the ones that we want. And also, I've seen some people talk about this, that it doesn't say Tangled, it says Rapunzel, which I do have to say I like that Disney changed this to saying the character and not the movie. I do think I like that. But that's just, my opinion, which I'm allowed to have. So don't come after me, you hardcore Disney people. But yeah, I love this box. It's a really good one. Here's the side view, the side window, that glare, my goodness. We'll fix that in a minute. But here is the side with the gold and stuff. Here is the description on the back. If you would like to pause it, I'll give you a chance to do that in a minute. We just have the usual information: Disney Rapunzel. Here's the description if you guys want to pause that, and then we have it in a few different languages. I have already gone and opened this, and I can't ever tie these knots again. But we just have the generic Disney information, and then it's basically the same on this side. So what I want to do now is I want to take off the cover, take off the plastic, and then we'll take a closer look at the doll. I just also want to pop in and say that if you do get her out of the box, it is that new style where it's like wrapped around. The plastic wraps around the box. I think it's easier to put in and take out. It's a little harder, but I actually do like it. And the only thing that they have printed on the plastic is the Rapunzel on the top. And that is all that's on there. I remember when they used to do all sorts of designs on there, but budget, I guess. And then here is my certificate of authenticity. There's people out there that say don't post this, but I'm gonna post it anyways because look at that number, 1313. That's got to be some sort of lucky number. Taylor Swift vibes times 2. But there's my number. There's a certificate of verification. There's people on YouTube who are upset that it says verification. I don't mind as long as it has something that says something along these lines with the number. That's all I care for. I don't really care if it's a verification of authenticity. So I don't understand what the hubbub is about. Maybe someone can explain it to me. But yeah, so that's that, and that goes in there. And now, what we are going to take a look at here is the doll herself. I have not the original Rapunzel doll with that weird face mold. I have the 10th, I think it's the 10th anniversary one where she's like mostly in pink. And I gotta say, I like this one a whole lot better. Let me move out of the light here so that we can actually take a good look at her. So, starting with the box, we have the mantle, the scene where she paints the lanterns on top, which I really like. I like that they did that there. It just makes sense because, she wants to go see the lanterns. That's like her dream, right? And I think it's perfect how they did it. So let's start up here. So I've seen a couple people talk about this, but she has the gold tinsel in her hair. It's all rooted, which I have found out is that it's like embedded into the head of the doll. Same thing with the eyelashes. Good painting. I've never had like a bad paint job on these. But she has also got some flowers. I think the gold tinsel is really nice. I know that's on the original doll that I don't have. I probably won't get that one. I don't really like her face. And this one is pretty close to the original outfit. So I'm perfectly happy with this one. I do also love when they give... I'm going to change one of these settings here. Hold on. So I've just changed the settings, so hopefully we can get the focus a little bit better. But I do like that they gave us a little Pascal right there. And so that's really nice. And it looks great. Not a hair out of place. I think it looks fantastic. I do like all of this little ribbony things that she's got going on. I do know some people do not like this effect. And they would rather it be like tied or like actually like corseted. But I think it just gives it a better look, a more cleaner look. Just because then, I don't know, I have it in my head that it would get all bunched up and maybe these wouldn't have been lying so flat. But I actually kind of like that they did it this way. I love the embroidery. Disney really likes doing this little chest piece of a different color these days, which, you know, that's their thing, I guess. But look at the sleeves. I really like all the ribbon. And then continuing down, we have more of this really nice embroidery, just the classic swirls that Disney's known for. And it's on, not all of it, it stops right here on both sides. But what I really do like are these like golden sun pieces that come dangling down on both sides along with this little sash. I think it's just really... captures it all. I think it's really good. The materials that they use here are like really, really nice. I have a couple of Mattel like deluxe dolls and collectible dolls, specifically of Glinda and Elphaba, and they just use like cheap material, but Disney goes all out with like actual like fabric, which I can appreciate. She's also, I love when the dolls hold props, but she's holding the classic frying pan. The cast iron frying pan. And I do like that they gave her, someone was saying this is a new hand mold so that she can hold the doll, the pan better, which, you know, I can really like. Oh, it's not focusing. Which I can appreciate that they did that. Yeah, and basically it's Rapunzel. You see this and you say, yep, that is definitely her. I do also like that they kept her true to her nature and gave her feet. I mean, well, they didn't give her shoes. She is barefoot like she is in the movie, but this is it. I really like this doll, especially now with the new casting for the live action movie. I don't know who Rapunzel's actress is, but I've seen Milo in like Journey to Bethlehem, and I know he's done some things with Disney before. I don't know much about both of them, but I'm excited for, you know, what they're gonna bring to the characters. I like when actors bring in their own little flair for the character, the way Halle did. But I really like this doll. Do I wish I had Mother Gothel to go with it? Yes, but you know, some people in the Facebook groups were being very mean about it, about Americans not getting, or at least this side of the world not getting the doll, and people were being very rude about it. So I thought, you know, this is such a neat niche little group that we're in. It's not little, it's actually a very large group of collectors that we are. But I didn't realize that people are so mean. But you know, that's just my thing, and you know, people are gonna say what they're gonna say, and you know, we just have to, you know, take it and move on. You know, people are gonna say what they're gonna say. But yeah, this is my review of the doll. I think I give her like a solid 10 out of 10. This one is really well done. I know some people don't like the dark. Some people wish she would have been a little bit brighter. People don't like the hair. I actually like the hair because then if it's like loose, I have the Playline doll, and it just gets tangled and it gets messy, so you always have to be brushing it, and I'm not one to do that often. But I do like that they gave her the long hair, and I do think it wraps around back there. But yeah, this is my review of the new limited edition Disney Rapunzel doll from her Tangled anniversary. And yeah, let me know if you guys ended up picking her up. Yeah, definitely let me know if you guys are going to pick her up or what's your most favorite part about her. And I will see you guys in the next one, which I think you can't see her right now, but that is the 75th anniversary Wedding Cinderella. I think that's the next one that's down there, right next to the Frozen Sisters. But we shall see. What I want to do is I want to start going through all of my dolls. I want to start reviewing just so I can have them all, because I don't see them often because they're like stored away in specific places until I move out. So this will be a nice way for me to get them out and, you know, have a look at them, and then I can rewatch these and say, wow, I can't believe I have that. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more of my Disney collectibles, and also some daily vlogs that I'm going to be posting here on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next time.